Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. It is week number 5 in the NFL, and it is time for some DFS plays of the week that I do along with my friend, Willie Walls. We are here for you right now. Willie, I am ready to make some money.
Hey, I'm ready too. We had a real good week last week, and we were right on the plays, and there was just a play two, one play or two that kept us from winning real big money last week. So I'm excited. We got some great takes this week. You and I are on the same page with Oakland. We think that's a sneaky snack. I know people don't like Russell Wilson, and I'm hearing all the naysayers about it. But you know what? I think this is the one game that Russell Wilson is going to show up in this game.
It's so funny because I thought about you last week when Tyler Eifert scored a touchdown. I'm like, Tyler Eifert scored. Willie and I called that one. So then, of course, he gets hurt a little bit later. That was a gruesome injury, but he played well. So I know you're on point. I'm on point. I want to find, Willie, like last week, we found the game that was going over, right? Oakland and Cleveland went over. I want to find people that game this week. Something tells me it might be Minnesota, Philadelphia is going to be real high scoring.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Doc. I love the Minnesota game. A lot of people not going to be looking at it. And you got two great receivers, Thielen and Diggs, and it's in an area that Philadelphia is weak at, in a corner position. So it's like it's a funnel. Both teams funnel, to their strength. So the receivers are the strength for Minnesota, and the tight end is a strength for Philadelphia, and both of them are weak in that position. So I think it makes a great play playing those three together, along with a quarterback, either Cousins or with Lynch. And I think the lower owned guy will be Lynch. And really he should have had a bigger game last week. But Aguilar dropped about 4 or 5 balls last week.
Aguilar dropped a lot of balls. Jeffrey looked phenomenal, though. I don't like Jeffrey's matchup as much this week. I like Aguilar's matchup more, but I got to tell you, I think Ertz is almost, if you're going to do that stack, Ertz is the must play.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll play the 2 receivers in Ertz. Then you'll put one of the quarterbacks there, and that's what you'll do. You'll make it easy. But Doc, let me just get a couple of things out so people will know. Since we're on the scout, we can't do that on the radio, but we can do it for our Scout Nation, because everybody needs to know who has the great matchups. And I think, we want to give them those matchups. Let me read this off to you so you have it. So you got Sanu has a 23% advantage. Jones, a 34% advantage. Funches is a 20% advantage. And this is according to Pro Football Focus. Okay. AJ Green has a 40% advantage. Beasley has a 26% advantage. Sanders has a 38% advantage. Tate, 19%. Fuller, 32%. Westbrook has a 32% advantage. Hill has a 27% advantage. Cooks has the Rams got a phenomenal advantage. Cook has a 47% advantage. Cup, 30% advantage. Woods, 31% advantage. Wilson, 39% advantage. Thielen, 32%. Diggs, 30%. Thomas, 23%. Beckham, 31%, the guy that you like. A new one has 31%. Jeffrey has a 17%. Schuster, one of my favorites, is 34%. Cook is who is this? Oh, Lockett is 20%. Taylor, who I love, I love Taylor this week for Tennessee. He's at 18%. Crowder for the Redskins, 36%, and Richards for the Redskins at 19%. And then the tight ends I can't trust it, but Baltimore has a 27% advantage because I don't know what tight end they're going to play. They got like 4 or 5 of them. You got a Zuma, 32%. I think you mentioned a Zuma. Now, the guy I'm going to play on that site for Dallas is the Swain guy. He has an 18% advantage. Cook, 32. McDonald, 32. And Kittle's 34.
It's funny, Willie. I mentioned Azuma before on the radio show. He seems to be getting the first shot. There's no John Ross this week. Joe Mixon's coming back. There's no Gio Bernard. Is CJ Uzoma? I mean, for that kind of price, maybe he's worth it.
He's worth it, but I agree with you. I think I like my man from Arizona,
Ricky Seals-Jones.
Yeah, Ricky Seals-Jones. I think because they've given up a touchdown in every game. Every game they've given up a touchdown to a tight end.
All right, you mentioned Tywan Taylor. I'm in on him this week. I am. But I also think I might be on a Derrick Henry this week. Am I crazy to think that Henry finds the end zone finally?
Yeah, he could, Doc, but he just doesn't look good. He has a great matchup. I mean, if I'm going to be interested in somebody, I'll be more interested in Lewis because if I watched the tape of that game, Lewis is the one that got the run in the second half. It wasn't Henry. I mean, Henry's got 5 points, 4 points. You don't get the volume. And he looks terrible when he runs the ball,
Okay, so if he doesn't score, he's worthless.
Yeah. If he doesn't score, I'd rather take a chance on somebody like Morris for San Francisco at 3,600 that has a great matchup going against Arizona. What does Arizona do? They give it up to people up the middle. What's the kind of thing that he does? Morris runs it up the middle. He's a good shot. I would like Breida more, but Breida can't stay healthy.
Right. Breida can't stay healthy. So let's go back to your original talk. I'm in on that Seattle Rams game. I think that's going to be played at a higher pace. The Rams go no huddle. Here's the questions. One, I like Goff, and I'm going to put Goff and Gurley in a stack. But do I go Goff, Gurley, Kupp, Goff, Gurley, Cooks? And then on the other side, if I go Wilson, I like Lockett. I think Doug Baldwin at 5,000 is as cheap as you're going to see him all year, and Nick Vannett is $2,500 out of free space, basically, because that the Rams don't cover the tight end well. How do we stack that game?
The way I was stacking it, but you could do it either way. If I'm going to play one, I won't play because I still don't know how healthy the receiver for Seattle is. I like Lockett. Baldwin. Yeah, Lockett has like a 20% advantage, and he's been his go-to guy. And he's a slot guy, and a Rams struggle against a slot. So if I had to play one, I would play Lockett, but I really like playing Russell Wilson naked, because he can throw it to different people. Or either I can play him with the tight end, but I like to play him naked and just play Gurley naked. Put both of them together. But then if I'm going to do golf, I would do it. I don't necessarily have to play Seattle on the other side. I can just play golf and Gurley, get all the passing yards because you don't know what receiver he's going to throw it to. You know what I mean? He can throw it to any three of them. I just rather get receivers like in the Atlanta game. Julio's going to get the ball a lot.
So you'll go Goff, you'll go Gurley, maybe you go Vannett for a cheap play, and then don't trust any of the Ram receivers and get Juju Smith-Schuster and guys like that.
Guys like that, like Tyron Taylor, the guys we know going to get the rock. We don't know we like golf, but you just want to get all the passing yards and all the rushing yards. Just like if you stack San Diego, like if you did Gordon and you did Rivers. You don't never know who Rivers is going to throw it to. You follow what I'm saying? Stack those two. Just because it works as a stack, and you just stack it like that. And that's the way I would do it because I want to get the people that I know that the ball is going to be concentrated on. We know Juju Smith. We know Antonio Brown. We know Julio Jones. We know Sanu. And I'm going to tell you something. That daggone Sanu, I'm not playing really. I'm fading really this game. So, Sanu plays more snaps than any other receivers, and he has a great matchup. And I think Sanu is an awesome play. So if you're going to fade Julio, you definitely got to put Sanu. But I just love Schuster. He's out of all of them. Schuster and Julio are my favorite because I love Schuster because his targets, just like we talked about it early in the show this year, his targets is amazing. Antonio Brown and Schuster almost have the same amount of targets, but the difference is, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Can I go Ben, Brown, Schuster and stack it that way?
Yeah, you can, but I would rather not play Brown. I see what you're doing because Brown costs so much. I just rather, instead of doing that, I'd rather go Ben, Schuster, and go with the tight end. And get it that way.
Ben, Schuster, McDonald, Sanu.
Right, and you could do Ben, Schuster. Where if you want to stack the game, Ben, Schuster, McDonald. Then why not play Julio and Sanu?
Okay.
You follow me?
So basically, stack the crap out of that game.
Right, and then you could do it. You could do it reverse by playing Ryan as well as playing Ben. You switch them in and out. So that's the way I would handle it. I'd rather not play. Listen, if Brown beats me, let him beat me. But for some reason, it's something about Brown. He's not looking like the same Antonio Brown that we've seen in years past. I think he's hurt and not saying anything. You know what I mean?
Willie, I put up 220 points last week on a single entry lineup on DK, and I was like 40 points out of first place. It's like you've got to put up 250 points to be my rich friend.
I agree, Doc. And that's why we need to always go with people with upside. So that's why, you know, I love the receivers for the Rams, but we can't afford to miss on those receivers. You know, they got 3 viable options. If I want to do anything, I'd rather tell Gurley, because I know Gurley is matchup proof. You know, Gurley, you know, averages, you know, his last 7 games averaged 32.7 points a game. His last 7 games. Just think about that, Doc. That's 32.7 points he averaged. And in blowouts, he still averages 27.7 points a game in blowouts. So you know he's going to get the rock. You know he's going to be a part of it. And you don't have Earl Thomas. And the last time he lit them up for 45 points. You know, so without Earl Thomas.
Could you run a team where you have like Russell Wilson, Gurley, Melvin Gordon, and then a bunch of cheap receivers that you like?
Yeah, I got Russell Wilson, and I will give the lineups to, you know, when we start giving the lineups, you'll see all those guys are in there. You know, that we got Russell Wilson with Gurley, and we running him, and also David Johnson. You know, so you'll hit a lineup because you got viable cheap receivers with Sanu. I like Schuster, you know, and then you got Tywan Taylor, who's a great place, and then also we got the receiver for Oakland, Martavis Brown, who I think is going to break a big one. He says 3,400, you know, and remember he could have had a big game last time. He dropped that touchdown pass.
He dropped a bad touchdown. All right, I'm going to give you a game that's super contrarian. Talk me out of it. I'm going to say this is a very low-owned game. What if I go Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, Yeldon, Westbrook? Am I insane?
I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not on the game as much as the weather. You know, the weather's supposed to be bad. Unless it change. It's supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be heavy rain that game. You know? And
let's say it wasn't raining. Let's say it was beautiful sunny skies. What would you do?
If I was doing it, I wouldn't play Kelsey because they've done well against the tight ends. You know what I mean? But I would do Tyreek Hill because that guy talks a little trash to Tyreek Hill. I would have Mahomes and Hill. And I don't want to play. I would probably play Bortles by himself and play Hill and somebody on the other side because I don't know what week it's going to be. Is it going to be a Westbrook week? Is it going to be a cold week? We don't know what week it's going to be. You know, he throws it to different guys. You know what I mean?
What about Green Bay, Detroit is a very high scoring game by Vegas. Could I go Stafford, Aaron Jones, Galladay, Adams? Can I stack this one?
I wouldn't stack Adams because I don't like Adams going against Slay. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't do Adams.
Who would you use for Green Bay?
I will use that Van Scanlon guy.
Yeah.
You know, Van Scanlon, I do like him at 3,300, you know, and he saves you money. You know, so if you wanted to stack that, I would use him and use Marvin Jones if Marvin Jones is healthy. Now, if you're on FanDuel, it's the opposite. You would use Galladay on FanDuel. You know, you got to switch them up. Jones is a play on DraftKings, but Holiday is the play on FanDuel.
Okay. All right. What about, I'm trying to think of the games I really like this week. Are there some games that you're not touching at all? I like Denver and the Jets. I'm not touching. Are you touching Cam Newton for Carolina against the Giants?
You could, if you wanted to, Doc, you could do a Newton, McCaffrey, Beckham stack. You follow what I'm saying? You know,
I like that one.
You know, yeah, you know, Newcomb, Beckham, and McCaffrey because McCaffrey is due. Remember, the guy's averaging 22, 23 points a game. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet, Doc.
Right. You know he's going to get 8 or 9 touchdowns, right?
Right. You know, he's going to regress. He's due. And Beckham, listen, I heard he had a fit in the locker room. You know, he wants the ball, and he has a great matchup. And people don't realize that he has a great matchup, and he will be low owned. You know, because I looked at the projections for him. He's around 7%. You know, Beckham will be one of those games where he has those games, And this game, like I agree with you, could be one of those little sneaky games. I mean, I'm not going to have a lot of it, but if I'm going to do it, that's the way I do it. I'm going to have more of McCaffrey going against Beckham. I don't mind doing those two.
Right. I'm thinking McCaffrey, Beckham, and forget Cam.
Right. I mean, but I say if you really wanted to go for it, you could do that. But I'd rather have the quarterbacks in the other game. But those two are great back and forth.
But what about if I had Russell? What if I ran naked Wilson and put McCaffrey and Beckham in there?
Yeah, you can. And if you got a neck of Russell Wilson, you might as well put Gurley on the other side. You'll be able to fit it. And, Doc, with people like Sanu, Tyron Taylor, because you don't have to go with the big stacks all the time. You could go with a McDonald Sanu stack. You follow what I'm saying? Just to get part of that game and get the other games. Then you could go with a Jordy Nelson. You could do a Jordy Nelson Gordon stack. You follow what I'm saying?
So I was going to ask you that, Willie. Is everything in your lineup, does it always correlate one guy to one guy always?
Yeah, I mean, unless I just need somebody just to get in there, I can fit them in, I'll do it. But normally you would see a correlation. Like you will hear a great correlation where, I have some low-owned guys in there and I'm switching in and out. But you always want that because if it goes off, you want to get that back and forth. And we had those in the lineups that we had last week. You had it in that 220 lineup, and I had it in that 237 lineup. We had those.
The 220 lineup, I literally stacked the crap out of the Oakland-Cleveland game. I mean, I had Carr, I had Lynch, I had Cooper, I had Landry. I just went all in on that one.
See, I wish I would have had a little bit of that one because that would have put me over. Because when I was really had some real good money before that game went into overtime, and it shouldn't have went in overtime because that was a horrible call on that. Because that should have been a first down. You know that, Doc. I would say that's a horrible call. But that my money shrunk in half because of the overtime game. And you the one that came up on that one. But you made a great call because you said that game was underpriced. And that thing went for like 87 points. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Carton, I'm telling you, the way Oakland plays, I love Gruden. You could tell Gruden is putting his imprint on that team. Because remember how Carr was throwing in the beginning of the year where he was just throwing to the tight end and he was scared to throw it to the wide receivers? Remember Gruden called him out?
No, I would do a stack with like Carr, Gordon, Allen, Nelson. I could start a team that way.
Yeah. I can understand, but I'm telling you, I just don't. I like Nelson. I just can't. Carr. Oh, you know what? I thought you was talking about the other guy.
No, Carr with Nelson, and then I throw in Gordon and Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not going to be using Allen as much because, like I said, we like people in that that Atlanta game. You know what I mean? I like Allen. I just rather get it from Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta go in that game where they can't stop each other.
Right, that's true. All right, so let's come up with $1 million lineup for somebody, Willie. Let's start. Who's our quarterback?
All right, so what are we doing this? Are we doing this FanDuel or DraftKings?
DraftKings.
Okay, let's go to DraftKings. Let me see. I'm going here, so I'm still hearing you. Let me hold on. I'm getting up to the thing.
Who's our quarterback? You want to make it Wilson, Ben? Who do you want?
Let's make it. Just no, Doc. You go ahead and name it. I'm going to it right now. Let me get to it. I'm gonna get the lineup.
I'm trying to. Well, I want to do one for everybody out here like we did last week. I say let's run naked Wilson.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to it right now. Give me a second.
You got to get the IBM 486 working.
Yeah. You make fun of my computer there. My computer say. My computer's like that. So when we win the big money, I'm going to take this computer and get
a Mac.
Is that what you got? You got a Mac?
I get a Mac.
Yeah, Doc. I must admit my computer is it's here. And now I'm going to the contest. I already got the lineups out. So if we going with Russell Wilson, and I'm still pulling it up, but I can remember. So we got to go with Gurley on the other side. Do you agree?
All right, let's go Gurley. So who's our other running back?
Why not do what we said we was going to do? And let's and I'll get to the contest. Let's make our other running back. Let's put the guys we like. I mean, we like Gordon, right?
You want Gordon or you want McCaffrey?
I tell you what. Let's do one where we said we was gonna do. Let's do McCaffrey. I'm getting to upcoming now. Let's do McCaffrey and let's do Beckham.
All right.
Then we talk about those two.
Yeah, I'm excited so far. All right, so we have Wilson, Gurley, McCaffrey, Beckham. Now we got to get cheap.
Yeah, we got to get cheap now, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people are not going to have that kind of. They're not going to have that kind of. Are not going to have that kind of lineup because a lot of people do not want to play Beckham because he is really burning. Now, what we need to do, Doc, is we go to the Atlanta game, right? And we do what we said we were going to do. We do Sanu and we do McDonald.
All right, got it. So how much is left?
So
we have a receiver, a flex, and a defense. How much is left?
Okay, let me. I'm getting to it right now because I'm about to put this in because you know my thing was coming up here. Hold on for a minute. It's almost there, and I'm gonna take this stuff out. And I already got Russell Wilson in this one, and I got Gurley, so I'm not gonna have to change that. It's a couple other guys I would change out of here. Hold on, it's coming up. It's populating. So I already got Gurley. We already got. Did we say no? So we went with McCaffrey, right?
Right. So we're gonna put in.
Let me get McCaffrey in here. Let me take out Julio and let me put in.
I'm gonna do it here, Willie. All right, I'll do it here because I'm tired of waiting.
No, I'm doing it too. I'm there now.
Oh, right. Now you're there. Where were you before?
I'm there. So now I got Beckham. Okay. Now I'm taking out Jones, and we said we want to put in Sanu, right?
Right. So we have 11,800 for a wide receiver, a flex, and a defense.
All right. So we got Sanu here. So the defense now, Doc. Give me your takes on defense. Who do you like on defense? Because I got to take that maybe you didn't even think about, and I think it's a sneaky play this week.
I like on defense. I like the Ravens.
I like the Ravens.
I like the Bills super cheap.
Doc, are you climbing in my mind? What are you doing? Are you serious? You like the Bills too?
I like the Bills super cheap.
I like the Bills. I love the Bills.
Yep.
I'm thinking this flex. I'm trying to see if we can get this one other. I tell you what. I know he can be chalk, but he makes this lineup, and I'm trying to see if I could get him in here. Yeldon. So,
well,
man, let me ask you something, because we got Beckham, Sanu, McDonald in here. We got McCaffrey, and we got Gurley, and we got Wilson. What if we took a shot, Doc? What if we took a shot? Because I think Detroit's defense at 2,200, they playing at home. I think they're a little sneaky this week. What do you think?
I like them. I do. I like home defenses for my cheap defenses.
Okay.
Yeah. Taiwan Taylor.
Yeah, because see, if we take the Bills out and put Detroit in, and we could, and I like that lineup.
Oh, wait a second. I see what you're doing here. I see where you're going here. Look at that. I see exactly what you just did there, my friend.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right. So you have Wilson, Gurley, McCaffrey, Beckham, Sanu, Taylor, McDonald, Yeldon, and the Lions.
Yes. I like that lineup, Doc.
That's very sneaky.
I like that lineup a lot, man. I really do. Honestly, I think
there's nothing I don't like about that lineup.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, I just think that lineup right there, it has a lot of upside.
That is a GPP special.
You know, all through it, it's got upside, and you know it's contrarian because where people not going to go is they're not going. People don't like Wilson. I'm telling you right now, they can't stand Wilson. They think
Wilson and Beckham have screwed them, and nobody's thinking Sanu when you can think of Ridley and Julio.
Right. So that's what I mean. Now, don't get me wrong. Now I'm gonna have a lot of Julio. Now I'm not.
All right, Willie, that was a GPP. Give me a cash game lineup.
So if we go cash game, well, you know, Doc, man. See, a cash game lineup, you would have to. For me, I would have to put it. A cash game lineup for what? FanDuel or DraftKings?
You want
FanDuel? Okay, let's do it. So if you had to do a cash game lineup, you would have to do Big Ben. You know, you do either Big Ben or you would have to do one of those quarterbacks. You know, if you're doing a cash game lineup, I think. I mean, don't you think that would be? It's hard for me to think.
You have to have Ben in a cash game. You have to.
You know, I mean, I think you would have Ben in a lineup. I think you would have to have Julio in a lineup for cash game.
You want Juju,
and you put Juju on the other side. Then for me, you would have I will put McDonald in there.
Yeah.
You know, I will put McDonald in there. And I will also have I think this is where we do something different. I think Jones is a good cash game play for Green Bay at 4,300. I like Jones, and I think at 8,600, I think Gordon is a great cash game play.
I do too. Can we afford that? So we have Ben, Jones, Gordon. I think we're a little expensive.
I'm going to right now because I had a lineup like that, and I'm going to it right now where I had those guys in there, and I think I didn't realize it, but I think it's a GPP play, but I think it's also it's a cash play. I think we could do it, Doc. I mean, you got your thing there. Yeah, I think you could do it. Because tell me if you put that in there, what are you getting? What are you
getting? DraftKings?
Yeah, DraftKings. Put that in there for me because you know my computer. I got all my stuff up for FanDuel right here. What do you get there if we put that in there, Doc? And I can walk you through it.
So we have Ben.
Yeah.
And then we've got Jones, right?
Right. So you got Ben Jones. Put Melvin Gordon in.
And then we have Julio.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do Gurley. Gurley's out of the question.
Right. And then we got Juju, right?
Yeah.
And then we got McDonald.
Okay, then we got to put Buffalo's defense in there.
Right, McDonald. And then we got Buffalo Bills. Hold on, let's see. So we have 8,200 for a wide receiver and a flex.
All right. So who do we? The running backs we got so far is who?
You got Gordon and Jones.
Okay, so we got Gordon and Jones. So then what we do again is that's when you can do. Can we get how much? Can we fit Yeldon in?
Maybe, but then I think our other player is going to be super cheap. Yeldon, we've got 2,600 left.
Oh, so we don't. So we don't have that. So we got to forget about Yeldon.
You want to get Taylor? You want to get Taywan Taylor in?
Yeah, you got to do Taylor.
That gives us 4,200. So we can have. Oh, okay. Eckler, Royce Freeman, Eckler, Mike Williams, Crowell, Sanu.
Yeah, you could actually put Sanu. You put Sanu in the flex.
Right. So you stack the crap out of the game. You have Ben, Gordon, and Jones, Julio, and Sanu, Schuster, Taywan Taylor, Vance McDonald, and the Bills.
Right.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah. And it makes sense because it's cash game because all those guys are viable. Right. Taylor, they're all valuable, and I like it. I like the lineup there. So I think people would like that a lot. And I tell you what, you want to do a couple of these. You want to do a couple of FanDuel lineups?
All right, let's do one FanDuel lineup.
All right, and now let me give you one that that I was talking about where we get all these big boys in here that I was talking about.
Okay.
Now on FanDuel, Doc, is different. I like the Titans on FanDuel. I like Buffalo too, but the Titans at 3,900 is a great price.
Oh, the Titans are the steal.
You know what I mean? That's a great price.
Yeah.
So if we go to FanDuel, we can do what we do is we lock in McDonald. right? We lock him in at 4,600. So we could go and then see if we did Russell Wilson, we could do it. We could also do it in FanDuel. I'm gonna show you one with car. We got Wilson and Gurley. Okay. We got Gordon and Julio Jones. We got Nelson and Taylor. We got McDonald and Mixon. And we got the Titans defense.
Wait 1 second.
I'm about to give you some stuff, Doctor.
Wait, all right. So hold on a second. Here's what I have: Wilson, Gurley, Gordon, Julio, Tywan, Taylor, Nelson, McDonald, Titans defense. I have $7,100.
And Mixon. Put Mixon in there.
Why Mixon?
Mixon, because Mixon is going to get all the carries, remember? Mixon, remember Oakland, going against Miami, they giving up the 4th most yards to running backs.
Right, but let me ask you, Ronas and I were debating this. Do you really think they're going to give Mixon 22 touches of the football with a bad knee?
Nah, he could have played last week, Doc.
All right, well, if that's the case, then maybe Mixon will be lower owned because of it.
Right, yeah. And see, he said they talked to a Cincinnati reporter. They said he could have played last week, but they wanted to err on caution. You follow what I'm saying? So I want nobody to use him, but he has a great matchup. Mixon going against those guys. You remember what Beast Mode did against him? You remember that?
No, that's true. I mean, this is a pretty good team, Will.
Yeah, and then let's do it. Let me give you a Derek Carr one. Let me give you a golf. Remember I was talking about the golf lineup.
Yeah,
that we do. This is an interesting one right here. All right, you got Golf and Gurley. Okay, I'm putting this in one of my millionaire contests. You got Gordon and Julio. You got Nelson going against Gordon, Nelson and Sanu. You got McDonald, and a lot of people not going to play this, but he's a good play this week. Lewis of Tennessee. Lewis at 5,700, and then you got the Titans defense.
I see what you just did there.
And then let's go to one where we do something different, Doc. Where we do a let's do the one that you talked about, Doc. Now you're the one that talked about this one. Let's do one where we get Wilson. Doc, I'm gonna give all kind of scenarios that I like. Say for instance, remember how we said we like McCaffrey and Beckham? Remember we said we like those guys?
Right.
All right, so we got a lineup right here. We got Wilson, McCaffrey. We got Gordon and Beckham. We got that Van Latterstay Scanton guy, for Green Bay.
Gotcha.
We got Sanu. We got McDonald. We got Gurley, and we got Buffalo's defense.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. What are you doing here?
We got Wilson McCaffrey. We got Gordon and Beckham. We got Van Latterstay Scanton and Sanu. We got
who's going to come in as our other receiver for 4,900?
No. Okay, remember you got so your running backs are McCaffrey.
Here's what I have. I have Wilson, Gordon, and McCaffrey, Beckham, Sanu, Vance McDonald, Gurley, and the Bills. I have $4,900.
And at $4,900, that's that Van Slayton guy. Remember for Green Bay.
You like him?
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of run.
Oh yeah, boom! I have $100 left.
Right.
I like that team.
Yeah. So
I'll give you the pen click on that one.
Yeah. So now let's do the one that we talked about with Derek Carr. Let's do a Derek Carr one, and I'm going to give you one that we talked about, the Minnesota one that we talked about. Okay. So here go one with Derek Carr. Okay. We got Derek Carr and Gordon. We got Gurley and Schuster. We got Sanu, Taylor, McDonald, and we got David Johnson. and we got the Panthers defense.
Carr, Gordon, Gurley, Schuster.
You got Gordon, Gurley, Schuster, Sanu. We got Tyron Taylor in the flex for Tennessee. We got McDonald, not the flex, but as a receiver. You got McDonald as a tight end, and then you got David Johnson in the Panthers defense.
Wow, that's nice. I like that too.
You know, and then so if we take the stack that we talked about, here go one of the stacks that I was telling you about that I like. The stacks that what I did was I put in Wentz as a quarterback. Okay, so we got Wentz and Gordon. We got Yeldon and Thielen. We got Diggs. We got the Scantling guy. We got Ertz as a tight end, and we got McDonald in a flex.
Oh, you went the double tight end.
Yeah, I went double tight end, and we got the Titans defense.
I like that. All right, Willie. I think we've helped everybody out. We're good.
Yeah, I think we just going to the slate, man. We got to be different, Doc.
My copious notes. You see my copious notes?
Yeah, I like what we did though.
I do too. I really like it. I'm gonna have to think. You know what it is? Usually Friday night I put the lineups in. I start to think about it, and then I tweak it tomorrow night. But I like where you're going here tonight. I really like the naked Wilson.
Yeah, and I just think that now he hasn't looked good, but see, everybody would be on him after this week. You know, the key thing for us, Doc, is pace. You got to go with pace.
It's the same thing in NBA.
Right. The Rams are going to force them to play fast.
Right.
They got no choice.
Right.
They got no choice. And we're gonna be all over Wilson before everybody else get there and see if Wilson get 3 touchdowns or something like that, and he at 5,100. If he gets 25 points, Doc, and he 5,100, man, please. And Gurley come back with 30. Come on now, we sitting good. Then we're gonna be putting Gordon into one place and there's other place. Man, come on, man.
All right. I'm getting excited. I'm already spending the check, Willie. I'm spending the money.
Hey, Doc, listen, man. I appreciate you, man, because see, you give me different perspective, you know, for things that I wasn't looking at, man. So, you know, and look, and all your stuff, every time you have a game, you say, hey, I like this game. You know, the game normally goes off, man. So I'm like, all right, listen, I'm taking advantage. So I'm definitely going to have Beckham and McCaffrey.
How Beckham? It's going to be the week to have Beckham. I'm telling you. Remember how you said he's like bursting with pregnancy? He's bursting.
And Julio, both of them.
I like both. I like both.
Yeah, they both are, man. They owe us, Doc.
They do. All right, man. All right, everybody out there. Time to put away the insurance cards. Put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. We wish you luck in week number 5. Right, Willie? Luck.
Yes, let's go. Let's make some money, Scout Fantasy. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Be well and take care.